Hey there, folks. It's the E-Man here. And today I want to I've looked at this game. I've gotten pretty far in it before. I guess before I go back to doing it, because I have to replay the whole game to play it on the PC or whatever, play it on the emulator. So anyway, I just wanted to kind of show the opening and the beginning to kind of sum up the game in case some of you lost track of where we were, where I was particularly in the game. So, let's get this going here. This was originally released on the PS1, 98. I've looked up this game. Physical copies of this game, like complete, go for like $200. So, the best way to get this game, if you have a PlayStation 3, definitely go get the game on your account to make sure you can play this. Because I think that's the best way. Of course, I have an original copy that I just happened to save from a long time ago. So, all right, let's get this going here. I will note that there is some issues with the emulator. Some things don't show up right. I've gotten that fixed. That will be fixed when I do other videos of this. I wanted to kind of sum up the beginning of it. I know a lot of you play this game 50 gazillion times, but for those of you that haven't, here we go. Now, this was always the weirdest opening. This opening makes almost no sense. Like, it takes a long time before everything is finally explained in this game, but essentially this is a spaceship that's a colonial ship carrying people and is traveling through space. And then some kind of the life form or something they have on board starts to take over the ship. Yeah, I know give it away or something, but I'm just explaining it because you may not really get this opening. I never really did until the very end. The game takes a while, but it's still a very great game. It's kind of a almost unknown classic because many people probably haven't even played this. If you've played any other, there's a bunch of other games that were made recently, like a Xenoblade or whatever. Supposedly those are from the same universe as this, but they didn't want to name it for some kind of problem or whatever. And another thing I should say, if you're not really a fan of anime, you may not like this game because there are a lot of anime. Well, not a lot, but there is anime scenes, and it's not dubbed very well. So blah blah blah, weird mouths moving and whatnot. But I still love this game. The atmosphere of it is definitely, they could have made a whole anime of this or whatever. But okay, let's get going here.
Level 1 alert.
Omega-1 restarting. Alpha-1 genome restructuring. Confirming exon replacement. Base code 85 million. 100 million. Its speed is overwhelming. Alpha-1 to raise your central. Access confirmed. Initializing fake net. Disconnected. Activating emergency shelter. Denied. Contamination is spreading widely. Captain.
Cut off the cables manually.
Roger. Activating self-destruct bolts. Confirming. No good, nothing happened. Omega-1, they are attacking. We can't stop them. 98% of our weapons have been taken over. The autopilot system Faust has been accessed, and its phase space logic is being rewritten. Ergo area is increasing. An internal plane is forming. Switching to space displacement mode. Alpha-1, confirming transfer of coordinate codes. Coordinates input, coordinate NX128, EZ061, the main planet.
Damn. So they're planning on attacking. Engine room. Activate the emergency sealing system. Engine room. Engine. See that all civilians and passengers are safely transported to the escape shuttle. I will send a dispatch after evacuation is complete. I am evacuating the ship. All of you, evacuate now.
Evacuate the ship immediately. All passengers please board the shuttles in calm and orderly fashion.
So, folks, so basically, it does seem like the opening is completely different than, there's the opening of that ship exploding, and then all of a sudden we have this dialogue. It almost feels like it's a different game. The party is always wondering, like, what exactly does it mean? That opening of the ship is explained in the instruction manual, but you don't really know what was going on the first time I watched it. Yeah, of course, Leyan Village is where, this game basically starts. I'm not going to play up to that point. I play up to the point where I'm just about to go on the mountain path up there, but I might show the rest of that later, maybe. Or maybe not. I kind of want to, I have to play this whole game again, as I said, and started from. Basically, this scene is like showing a scene of how things are going to be later on in it. Like this is some kind of a dream or premonition of something going to happen or something. It's kind of weird, It's kind of like it gives you a sense of what this game is pretty much going to be. And I don't know if I said in my other videos, it's like the soundtrack. This is great and really fits the mood. So essentially, this village is on the border between these two countries that have been fighting for a long time, fighting for hundreds of years. It's kind of thrown in this whole thing is going on. This particular, in this particular era, there is a lot of backstory for all the characters in this game. Sit here all night and talk about it, but let's get on into it. Now, this scene is probably not going to work very well. Some issue with the emulator, but let's go here. Yeah, essentially here we have Faye, which he has a talent for painting. And it made it feel like that scene, was it a daydream? Was it really happen in the game? It's like, is it a prelude to something that's going to happen later? I don't know if that was on purpose or the storytelling did that on purpose. Essentially, like the main guy of this whole thing is Faye, and Faye doesn't really remember anything about his life. There's always this strange, mysterious thing about him. He doesn't remember. Technically, really, he knows his name, but he doesn't really remember anything. It's like his weird feelings that he's done things before or anything. Essentially, what the earlier scene showed is that Faye was brought to this village, and the village chief raised him. And then this is his friend Timothy. And his friend Timothy and his friend Alice are supposedly getting married. And it's like the whole kind of prelude, like normal life in a village, I guess. It's kind of cool that it like sets this all up. Of course, I'm sure if many of you have played this game before, you know that this kind of peace doesn't last. But anyway, let me not ruin it. But let's continue this on a little bit here. Yeah. Basically, folks, this is like I don't know if you remember like Final Fantasy VII, and they had like the some kind of training thing that would tell you like everything, the whole mechanics of the game. There's a guy here that explains death blows and explains battles and whatnot, and there's a guy that explains the save point thingy. That was essentially what I was looking for. Yeah, I think if you play this game, you should explore the village because there's some stuff you could find. I think if you check Faye's bed in his room, there's like $300 or something in there. But anyway, let's continue this on here. Yeah, I had it where some kids were like, some characters were in the way of talking to that woman there, because that's where Al was singing. Oh, so there, folks. There is Xenogears, like the first major part of it. Yeah, after this, you go to the mountain path and like continue on the game. I didn't really want to get that far, so just wanted to kind of sum up kind of the opening of it. The opening of it really doesn't. The ultimate opening makes you feel. It just feels like it's disconnected from what's going on in this particular thing. It takes a while for us to figure out that it's both linked. Yes. So, well, essentially, Alice, who apparently has some feelings for Faye, which is kind of, it's builds up for, what's going to happen later on, I think. Yeah, you got to meet your other character up there. He's a doctor that has, like, materials or something. And it's funny because Faye calls him Doc, and it kind of reminds me of, like, Back to the Future kind of thing. Of course, you see this game is very influenced by Japanese culture because it's a JRPG. One of the more rare ones. What's interesting about this is it's very like different from like Final Fantasy. It's like a whole other game series that's technically still going on now, but they're afraid to link this to it because Squaresoft, or I should call them Square Inks now, have probably some kind of hold on this until somebody can pay them to get rid of it. I think it was kind of a limited release here in the States. I managed to get my copy at Toys R Us like a long time ago. Now physical copies are going for like $200 or something. Last time I checked, that's what it was. So, that was Xenogears. It's definitely a great game if you've never played it before. You like JRPGs and anime, you're probably really going to like this. I know that the opening felt a little bit like Star Ocean a little bit. It felt a Star Ocean kind of vibe to it. A Star Ocean or kind of Robotech kind of, or Macro Saga kind of feel to it or something. It's kind of what makes this game very interesting. Storyline is hard to follow, but it's definitely a well done game. Okay. Well, I'll catch you guys later. I hope to see you on the next E-Man show, and hopefully I'll try to do some more Xenogears stuff. Oh yes, I apologize about my bed back there. I know my bed isn't made. Didn't mean for it to be messy or something when I'm doing a video. I kind of forgot that I should have made up my bed. Yeah, I do apologize for some of the problems with the emulator, but I've gotten it fixed. Hopefully I won't have any other issues if I try to record it. Of course, I'm not going to record from here on. I'm going to like get back to where I was. I believe in my other video I was up to part 6. I was in the cave. Yeah, I was in the cave, and then I saved Bart's sister, another character that you meet eventually. And you save his sister, and then I saved her, and then that was pretty much where I was. So I remember exactly where I was. I just have to play through the game and hopefully get back up to that point. Because originally I had recorded it through a camera, on another TV on like the PlayStation 3. But this, of course, I had to play an emulator, and I couldn't figure out how to transfer data or whatever. But anyway, if you're interested in this game, I definitely would go on the store to get it, or play it like however you can, I guess, because it's one of those games that's really worth it. I do hope eventually there's going to be a remaster, or at least they give us where you can turn off random battles, other stuff, because it does have a lot of old school RPG stuff, but it's still a great game. Yeah. I definitely suggest playing Star Ocean any way you can either. Anyway, I will catch you guys later. Bye.